All right, try these questions while you wait for everyone to join. Okay, press pause and try it. All right, try these questions while you're waiting for everyone to join, and then let me know. Just type your answers in the chat when you got your answers as well. I'll give you a few minutes. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and begin with these ones here now. So, firstly, let's look at question number 19. Question number 19. Jim has lost a piece of his blue sky. All right. Which piece is the missing piece? Now, if I look at this piece over here, we've got some kind of, the piece itself, if you look at it as a block, look at it as a block, a piece. And when you look at it as a block, think of protrusion going out. There's one.
Is it D?
Do you think it's D? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. If it's going to be like that, all right, that's how it's got to fit. It's got to be one of them. So this one here, A looks like it could work. A looks like it could work, right? Because it fits that. And D looks like it could work as well, but definitely not C, and definitely not B as well, right? So it's either A or B. Now, looking at the shape of it is probably going to be the main thing now, and I can see that looks weird. That's like a really sharp point over there, so that's not something that we want. So definitely the answer will be D. All right, let's go to question number 20 now. Finn made a number pattern with the rule add 4, take away 1. Add 4, take away 1, and it starts from 20. What must this number be, it says. So we add 4. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you add 4, take away 1, add 4, take away 1, add 4. So we're going to maybe just write it out. Let's just write it out. So we got 20 plus 4 minus 1, and we're done. Plus 4 minus 1, and then we're done with that one, and then we just plus 4, and that should be our answer that we are looking for. 20 plus 4 is 24, minus 1 is 23, and 23 plus 4 is 27 minus 1, which is 26, and 26 plus 4 comes to 30. The answer here will be C. Right, 30. Let's go to 21. For question 21, it says, last summer, the Taylors and the Jacksons went to the beach 60 times in total. The Taylors made 12 more trips to the beach than the Jacksons did. Okay, so we got Taylors and we got Jacksons. The Taylors made 12 more trips than the Jacksons. So that means we have to add 12 to the Jacksons to make it equal to the Taylors because they're less. So if the Jacksons did 10 trips, 10 plus 12 is going to give you 22, right? To get to that side. Taylors and Jacksons, right? The Taylors made 12 more trips to the beach than the Jacksons did. How many beach trips did the Taylors make? How many beach trips did the Taylors make? So the Taylors made 12 more trips to the beach than the Jacksons. How many beach trips did the Taylors make? Now we could go backwards. We could use the question and go backwards and find the answer, right? If it's 12 more. So if we put each of these numbers in for the Taylor, like 24, 36, 42, and 48, it won't take very long to minus 10, right? Minus 12, right? And if we minus 12, we'll get 12 here. If we minus 12, we'll get 24 here. If we minus 12 here, we'll get 30. And if we minus 12 here, we'll get 36. Now, the next thing is we also have to make sure that these numbers add up to 60. So this one adds up to 36. This adds up to 60. And this adds up to 72. And this adds up to 84. So we're actually looking for this one here, which is going to be 60. So the answer is going to be, for the Taylors, 36. Okay. Can you remember from yesterday, this is a method that we used. This is the table method. And why? And what else did we use? We use symbols. Okay, part of our strategy. Use symbols, and we use a bit of equations here. No calculators as well involved. But there's some kind of relationship between the numbers. Plus 12 gets you the other one. Another thing I've done here is I've started with an example. So I suggest a example. This is just an example that I just thought about. And that gives me a good idea of what the formula does as well. Let's have a look at question number 22 now. So for question number 22, we're going to basically start there. It's going to be, there are 9 marbles in this bag. There are 9 marbles in this bag. Okay, so 9 is the total. Let's write that down. Blue, green, red, yellow. Tom took out a green marble, leaving 8 marbles behind. Maybe we can even draw like a cross through it for now. Okay, so there we go. It's gone. Okay, we can even make it white. We can make it disappear. Let's make it disappear. All right, so he took out a green marble and it's gone now. We have 8 marbles left. Okay. Then it was Julie's turn to take out a marble without looking. Okay, so Tom takes out and then Julie takes out. Which 2 colors does Julie have the same chance of taking out? Now, if I look at this, I've got 2 yellows, right? I've got 3 yellows. I've got yellow, yellow, and yellow. I've got 2 greens. 2 greens. I've got 1 blue. I've also got red. 2 reds. Three yellows, 2 greens, 1 blue, and reds. This should be 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the question says, which 2 colors have the same chance? If I look at it, I can see those 2 will have the same chance. So what does chance mean? This is 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8. That's the probability. This one is 1 out of 8, and this one is 3 out of 8. So the answer is going to be green and red. So the answer is going to be B. All right, and that's the answer for that one. Okay, type good if you're good with these, and then we can move on. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the last few questions from this one here. All right, have we done this question? This looks familiar. Yes, we have. Have we done these? No, we haven't. So what I'll do is, let's just get out of here and let's go back to the ones we haven't done yet. Okay. So it's 2017. Let's have a look at 2015 B, paper B. Let's do a little bit of paper B before we go into paper C. All right, here we go. This is the question in front of you. Okay. That's question 39. There's question 40. Give it a quick read. Try it. See what you can do. And then in 2 minutes, we'll go through it. Try question 39. Try question 40. Okay. Press pause. When you're ready, press play. So this is the solution. Try and get to those solutions and see if you can get it for the next 2 minutes. All right, let's go through these two questions quickly and let's see how they got to the solutions, right? So the first one here, Ravi used the balance to compare. So 39, use the balance to compare the masses of some objects. His results are shown here. Okay. So we've got a yellow object, we've got a blue object, and we can see which one's heavier. So let's put it, what we can do is develop a scale. Let's say we develop a scale and we put the heaviest at the top and we put the lightest at the bottom. Maybe we can do something like that, right? So the yellow thing will go over here, right? That object over there. So that object over there, it's going to go, it's quite heavy. And then the blue object, if I can just draw a circle, that's the yellow object. And if I draw the blue object, it was lighter, right? It was lighter. And then we've got two of those is the same as that and that combined. Okay. So what does this mean? This means that because those two are the same and that is different, this must be lighter than that as well. So this is also going to be lighter, somewhere below the yellow. And if you combine two of the reds to those two, they're the same weight. Okay? So that means this could be really small, this could be medium and medium. So I could rearrange this in a different way. I could say, well, let's make the red really small. Okay? Or let's make the blue really small in size or weight. All right? I'm going to use circles. So what does this mean? If I give this numbers, let's say this is 3, 2, and 1. And if I use 3, 2, and 1, I can see that these two are going to be equal. 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 1 plus 3 is 4, and it's equal. This one here, 3 plus 3 will give you 6, and 3 plus 2 will give you 5. That's why this one goes up and this one goes down. This one here is 1, and this is 3. Can you see? So that works out. So which of the following must be true? This is definitely true because that's going to be heavier than that. All right. That's one way of solving it. Remember, there's many methods, but that's one way.
I feel like I've done this before. I don't know.
Okay. Let's do question 40, then we'll move on to the next paper, right? One that you've done as well. All right. Sue has 4 flowers. You got 4 flowers. 1 vase, 4 flowers, 2 vases. So we splitting up the flowers here, and then we're splitting up the flowers there. Raj, Denny, Haji, and Edward have some flowers. She can arrange her flowers equally between the vases in 3 different ways. Who has the largest number of ways to arrange flowers equally between these guys? And the answer is Hudge, because 17 is an odd number. It can't really break up into that many parts. 14 as well. And what you got to do is maybe test it. I mean, you got 17. You can break it up into equal parts. No, you can't. You can't even divide it by 2. 16, you can divide it by 2. 8, 8. 4, 4. And then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like that. And then we got question like 15. 15 can't be broken up. It's an odd number. 14 can only be broken up into 7, 7, and it stops. So this is the largest chain that you can create. That's why B would be the answer there. All right, let's have a look at these papers. So which papers did you guys say you were going to do? You've done. I've got a few here. I've got Met C 2016, 2017, B 2017. And which questions would you like to try from these? Not E. Okay. Any of those? Let's choose a year. You tell me which year. Here we go. Try this one here. 2 minutes just to revise it. Some of you haven't tried it. I can see you want to try it. So I'll give you, can see you guys want to try it. So I'll give you guys a second to have a look at this question. Some of you just want to give it a go. Okay. Give it a go. 2 minutes and then I'll go through it. All right. Some of you are ready. Okay. Then let's go through it. So question number 34. These are instructions for a building an object out of blocks. Now, can you remember the strategies? What are the strategies that we said we must use whenever we answer questions so we can get good marks? Can you remember? Type it in. Can you remember those strategies that we covered yesterday? Read the question how many times? At least 2 times. It'll make it easier. Draw on some kind of working out sheet. Use a table or brainstorm. Use symbols. These are just techniques. You don't have to use them unless you need them, right? But it's available. It's just as an idea. If you run out of ideas on how to solve a problem, you can always think about these things. But if you're solving the problem your own way, that's also good. And then also time management. Don't waste time on a question. You have 40 questions and you have a limited amount of time. So you've got to be very careful about your time. Time management as well. And also being able to, without a calculator, add or subtract big numbers in case you do need to do that. Okay. Add or subtract big numbers in case you need to do that, right? So here we go. This is these are the instructions for building an object out of blocks. What will the object look like when built correctly? The first thing I can see is that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, right? If there's anything that doesn't have 5 layers, it's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. All of them have 5 layers. Okay, so that's fine. The next thing is this goes down straight, then there's a step. Then it goes down all the way this way. In 3D, it looks like that. And it goes down all the way down like that. Right? So there's some kind of step involved in this. They could have turned this entire object the other way around as well. On this side here, we're going down and then it goes out, goes down, all the way down as well. So there's some kind of possible symmetry about this. And lastly, these two are jutting out this way like 2 little feet. So you have this object with 2 little feet. This looks like that. It's coming down and it's jutting out. There's the 2 little feet coming out, looking like the base of some kind of structure. Well done. Some of you got that right, I can see. 35. So that's question 34. Question 35. Let's have a look at 35. What is your answer for 35? Type your answers in. What do you think the answer is for 35? And how would you solve this question? How would you solve that? I've got suggested answers. These are the suggested answers. I'm going to write down the answers here. I've got suggested answers. 2 people, 3 people are saying D. 4 people are saying D. All right. Anyone got a different answer? And why would the answer be D? How did you get that?
I kind of these are I kind of thought. My answer is C.
Yeah, C. I got a suggested answer C as well. Now double check it. Do you think it's C or D? And why?
I accidentally pressed it wrong.
Okay. So Jan completes a running event on the second Friday of each month. So let's write this down. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he does. Oh, he does complete it every second Friday, right? So let's say these were the weeks. Those are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to draw a table now, right? The table method, remember? So there's 1 week, there's 2 weeks, there's 3 weeks, and there's 4 weeks. So if I have to put ticks in here, he's going to be there every second Friday. So Jan or Jan is running event on Friday, the 12th of April. Okay, so this is the 12th. How many days in 1 week? 7 days, right? So this is 19. So this is 26th of April, and then we're going into the new month. Okay? If I keep going with these lines, we can start realizing, I think this is going to be, all of these lines are going to be where May is. May actually starts from here. So 26 means that this is going to be 27, 28, 29, 30th of April, 1st of May starts here and Wednesday. Second, so that's the 3rd of May, then the 10th of May, then the 17th of May, then the 24th of May, and then the 31st of May. There's quite a few Fridays then. So he completes the running event on the 12th, the 26th, the 10th, and the 24th. So what date of Jan's running event in May that same year? 10th. Can you see that? So the answer is going to be D. All right, so that answer would be D. And I used the table method. I used the table method to solve that question. Let's go to question number 36 now. Type your answer for question number 36. All right, I got A, suggested answers. Okay. Some of you are still busy with that one. Now let's have a look at this one here. So we got suggested answer A. It says here there are 24 students in the class. So that's the total number of students, and it adds up to 24. It says 4 students play 2 sports. 4 students play 2 sports. All other students play only 1 sport. Mr. Sim is making a table to show the number of students who play each sport. 1/4 of the students play tennis. Now that's a lot of information. 1/4 of the students play tennis, and we know what that is. What's 1/4 of 24? 24 divided by 4, right? What's 24 divided by 4? 6. Right, so that's going to be 6. Now I have enough information to get that one because I just got to add it up and make it to 24. That's 14 plus 5 is 19. So what must this be? 5, right?
Yeah.
So this was the key part of this question. Now, how many students play basketball? So the answer is 5. But
Although when you were on the question 35, I thought you were talking about 34.
34.
Yeah, when you were on question 35, I thought you were saying 34.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I got confused.
That's all right. That's all right. So there are 24 students. Let's make sure this is right. So 4 students play 2 sports. All other students play 1 sport. Why do we even need that? Does it help even knowing that? 4 students play 2 sports and all other students only play 1 sport. We already got some answer here, so why do we need that? Do I draw a Venn diagram? Do I draw a Venn diagram for children, for those who play 2 sports and all other students who play 1 sport? So 2 sports will be there. Maybe we can, maybe not. And then the system is making a table to show each one. So that information over there, I'm just thinking could be used in a different calculation. But once you see this, that's actually key because that's the key that gets us to the 5. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, let's go to 2017C now. Let's go to 2017C. We're going to pick it up. 2017C is now the next one. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, we got... All right, have we done question 39 for this one?
Nope.
No. All right, I'll give you some time. Quickly give it a go. Try it. See if you
We have done it. I think we have done it. We have done it.
We have done it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Type your answers in. All right, and for those that didn't do it, try it for 1 minute. And for those that did do it, check if your answer is correct. Try it. 2 minutes only, and then I'm going to go through it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go through it. So there are 48 boxes of tissue cartons. All right, 48 boxes of tissues in a carton. Now, we can use a table. Let's just say we did a table, right? So we got tissues inside a carton. And inside each box, there are 100 tissues. All right. So let's just make a table. I mean, tables are really good because then you can see which is equal to which and when. So I'll just put a few columns here that we could use for the table. Let's make some more space here as well. And I'll just add another line in there. Now, which one is the smallest here? The smallest is your tissues, right? And your tissues is going to go into a box, right? And then your box is going to go into a carton. So you got your tissues, then you got a box, and then you got a big carton, which is like a massive amount of boxes, right? And then it says you're inside each box there are 100 tissues. So if you got one box, you got 100 tissues. Let's use the table method again, right? There are 48 boxes of tissues in one carton. So if you have one carton, you have 48 boxes. So how many tissues are in there? The table helps you to understand it quite easily. Can you see how many tissues would be in there? If one box is 100, 48 is 4,800, right? Just add 2 zeros. Yeah. Now it says each person in an office of 50 people uses an average of 3 tissues per day. Okay. So now we got another column. Days. Okay. And there's 50 people in this office. And it says then how long would it take these 50 people? So they're using the same 50 people, so it doesn't matter. We're not going to use 50. But it says 50 people to use 9 cartons of tissue. So we want this number to be 9. Okay. And we want to find out how many days we would use that if they use 3 tissues per day. All right. So how many tissues would we need? 3 tissues per day. And it says 50 people. Now, another part of this question, it says each person. So what does that mean? What do we do with 50 and 3? We multiply it, right? 50 times 3. What's 50 times 3? 150. So
50.
yeah. So 150 tissues is what we use, all right? Which is 1.5 boxes. Okay. Which is not a carton yet, obviously. But how many days does it take to use that much? 1 day, right? 1 day, you can put those in there. Now, you don't have to put all of the numbers in, but you can see there's 150 tissues, pulls up 1.5 boxes in 1 day. Now, it says we've got how many people are going to use 9 cartons. So, how many cartons? We've got to get this to become cartons. Now, if I go from cartons back to boxes, remember this is 48 times 48. I can multiply this by 48 to get the total number of boxes and then go back and get the number of tissues. If I wanted to, I could do that. All right. So, how long would it take these 50 people to use 9 cartons of tissue? How long does it take for 1 carton of tissue is the question. 150 tissues in 1 day. So let's try and get 150 to fit in 1 carton. So we can see what would 1 carton, instead of 9, let's look at 1 carton. What would 1 carton have? It would have 4,800 tissues. So how many times can we fit 150 in there? And can we fit 150 in there? Do we need to as well? And how long will it take these 50 people? At this point here, when you're in a test, I mean, you get to a table like this and you're trying to figure it out. Maybe you put suggested answers in here. Maybe you put 32 there, 72 there, 210, and then 288 and see which one works. That's a possibility. So we got 32 days. So that means we must have 32 of 150. So if I take 150 and multiply it by 32, it's going to become the total number of tissues. Maybe the table method is a bit complicated. Let's try another method. There are 48 boxes of tissues in a carton. Okay, so maybe let's draw it. There's a carton, and there's 48 boxes. And in the box, we've got 100 tissues. This is using a drawing, right? Each person in an office of 50 people will use 150 tissues per day. So that means if I take 150 plus 150, I will end up at 300, right? And how many boxes are there in that? One box is 100, so that's 3 boxes. Now, if I want to go to 48 boxes, I've got to multiply this by 16. If I multiply 3 times 16, I get 48 boxes. And 48 boxes gets me 1 carton. So I multiply this by 16 as well. But we get 1 carton is 48 boxes. 3 times 16. So I can go back and multiply this by 16. 16 times 3 is 48 as well. And 0, 0. So 4,800 tissues. Right? 3 times 16 is 48. So 16 boxes, basically, is going to be 1 carton. 3 times 16. So 16 times 3 will give you 48 boxes. Sorry, 48 boxes is 1 carton. Now, each person in an office of 50 people uses an average of 3 tissues per day, gets us 300. I can then get multiples of 300 and then keep working my way up until I get the number of days. And uses an average of 3 tissues per day. How long would it take these 50 people, those same 50 people, to use 9 cartons of tissues? So remember, a carton is a lot. It's quite a lot. So we're looking at a really big number because it's going to have a lot of boxes in there. How long will it take for 1 carton is the question as well. 1 day, 150 tissues, right? So how many days is this? This is 2 days, right? So if I multiply this out here, in 2 days, we will have finished 3 boxes of tissue. So let's write that down. 2 days gets me 3 boxes of tissue. 1 day, 1.5, so 2 days, 3 boxes of tissue. How many boxes in a carton? 48, right? So I times it by 16. So I times this by 16 using direct proportion. And it becomes 32 days. So it'll take 32 days to finish 1 carton. How many cartons do I need? 9. So I'll multiply this by 9. And what's 32 times 9? I can then calculate that. Now this is where, remember, you don't have a calculator in the test, so you're going to have to work this out manually. So what is 32 times 9? That'll give me, for 9 cartons, how long? 32 times 9 is going to be 10 plus, I'm going to show you a method here. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 2. That's 32, right? Times 9. So if I multiply the 9...
289? No, 288.
288. Okay, good. So it'll be 90, 90, 90 plus 18. You're right. So that's going to be 270 plus 18. And that comes to 288. Okay. $288 days. Final answer there. We'll stop there for now. Those were the strategies we had. We'll continue tomorrow. All right, guys. Have a good day. We'll pick it up soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Thank